أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So yesterday we started fail majhul. Fail majhul. We learned how to make fail majhul for Madi, and we learned how to make fail majhul for um, al Mudari. So we are going to just quickly revise what we learned yesterday. For example, we learned that Nasara, he helped, because the doer is known, therefore it is not a fail majhul. But when we want to make it fail majhul, the fail majhul form will be nusira, and its meaning will be he was helped. He was helped. And because now we don't know the doer, nusira, it doesn't have a doer anymore. It has something in it, but it's not a doer. He is not a doer. So the doer is unknown. Therefore, the word nusira is called fail majhul. And then we learned that, just give me a sec. Then we learned that fail majhul is a fail whose doer is not known or is not mentioned. And we learned that why we even call fail majhul. Majhul is ismul maf'ul of the word jahila from bab samiya. Majhul is the thing which is not known. Jahilun majhulun. Jahil is the one who doesn't know, and majhul is something that the jahil doesn't know, the thing which is unknown. And over here, what is unknown? The fa'il, the doer is unknown. And that is why this fail is called fail majhul. In English, we call it passive voice. Active voice, passive voice. So nasara is active voice and nusira is passive voice. And once we know the first word, we can make the rest. That is easy. So nusira, nusiru, nusirta, nusirtum, nusirtu, nusirna. Just need to know the first one, and the rest is easy. And then we learned from a table that we can actually follow some guidelines to make the words majhul. For example, anzala, and if we use the anzala means he sent down, and if we use this table, we can change anzala, which is an active voice, al-fail al-ma'lum, to a passive voice, the fail majhul. And we can use the first letter, first letter will get a dhamma, second last letter will get a kasra, last letter doesn't change, and the letter with skoon will get a skoon, the jazm. Unzila. So unzila is passive voice. He was sent down. And you can make the rest easy. Unzila, unzilu, unzilta, unziltum, unziltu, unzilna. So these are all passive voice. These are all fail majhul, and they don't have a doer in it in them. What they have, we will talk about that inshallah. There is a term for that. We will talk about that inshallah near the end. And then we learned yansuru, yansuruna, tansuru, tansuruna, ansuru, nansuru. That is the mudare form. And then we learned how to make a mudare majhul. And there was like a second column in the table that was added. You can see that now. And yansuru. So yansuru, ya will get a dhamma. Second last letter, which is a sod, will get a fatha. Last letter, which is a ra, will see no change. So dhamma will remain dhamma. And noon is the letter which had a skoon or a jazm. It will maintain its jazm. So yunsaru. Yunsaru means he is helped or he will be helped. And this is a fail majhul now. And then we learned how to, once we know the first one, the rest is easy. Yunsaru, yunsaruna, tunsaru, tunsaruna, unsaru, nunsaru. And this is the list of al-fail al-mudari al-majhul. Then we use the mudari form. We haven't learned this word yet, but inshallah you will learn soon. Yunzilu. Anzala yunzilu. This is fail al-mudari. And we learned how to make this one majhul. So yeah, the first letter gets a dhamma, second last letter which is a za gets a fatha, and last letter no change, and the letter with the jazm no change. So yunzalu is the passive voice, or you can say fail majhul. And once you know the first one, you can make the remaining one. Yunzalu, yunzaluna, tunzalu, tunzaluna, unzalu, nunzalu. I think this is where I stopped. This was like a quick revision of what we have done yesterday. So we learned how to make jumla, sorry, not jumla, فعل ماضي المعلوم, the active voice, and how to change that to passive voice, فعل مجهول, and how to do that same for الفعل المضارع. Okay. And then we learned a few more words. علم becomes علم. يعلم becomes يعلم by applying these guidelines in the table. And then we did استغفر, استغفر. And then يستغفر. What will be yastaghfir? Just do, let somebody do the last one. I have done um the others, but just see how much we can recall from yesterday. Anybody who knows how to do yastaghfiru, like change it into a fail majhul. Anybody knows? Okay, Abdullah Shuaib.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. I give you the blank. Okay, do it.
So the first letter, which is ya, it will turn into dhamma.
Okay,
Zeen would have
sorry.
a seen would have is jazm.
No, no, no. Go by the order.
Oh yeah,
Last letter
okay,
gets the dhamma. Then the
yeah.
next in the list is second last letter.
So that is fa.
Mm-hmm.
It'll have fatha.
Fatha. Okay.
Last letter is no change, so ra will have a dhamma.
Mm-hmm.
Letter with
Jazm.
jazm, yeah, jazm. That is seen and ghain. They will both have no change, so they will remain jazm, and all the other letters will become fatha. So that is ta. That
Read it.
yustaghfaru.
Yustaghfaru. So this is a passive voice of or a fail majhul of yastaghfiru. Yastaghfiru changes to yustaghfaru. And what would it mean then?
It means he will be asked for forgiveness.
Yeah, he is or he will be asked for forgiveness. So who is asking? We don't know. It's not mentioned here in the word. All right, good. Okay, let's do some more. Karuma. Everybody know this word. Karuma was the last chapter in the first six chapters. Karuma. Karuma yakrumu. Dhamma. Dhamma pattern. So let's change that to, this is Madi, right? First word, Madi. Let's change that to passive voice. Let's change that to fail majhul. I have a blank. Who wants to do it? Nobody wants to do it? Saad, let's do it.
Assalamu alaikum. So the first letter is will be a dhamma, so kaf will get a dhamma. Second last letter will get a fatha, so that's the ra.
This is
And
Madi or Mudare? Which
oh,
form you are
sorry,
using?
sorry. This is madi. So ra will get kasra, and then the last letter will be no change. So kurima.
Translate it for me.
Kurima. He was honorable.
Looks like you are having some difficulty, huh?
Yeah, is it one of the words that don't have passive?
So you are not able to translate it, right? So there
No.
is a problem here. There is a problem. We may have a similar problem with this word. Zahaba. Zahaba means
One.
he went. Let's make it passive voice. Hmm?
It, okay, zahaba, so it would be zuhiba, yeah, zuhiba.
Zuhiba. Hmm? Translate Zuhiba.
Zuhiba,
You cannot translate it either. You can try as much as you want. You will not be able to translate it
is
because
it
there is a
because
problem here.
is it because they don't have ismu maf'ul?
Yeah. So we learn that. So, but I'm trying to demonstrate here that not all the fail can be changed to fail majhul form. That is not possible. Some verbs will not have a majhul form, like karuma, like zahaba. Hmm? So what is it? As you were saying before, fail majhul exists for transitive verbs only. For intransitive verbs who do not have a maf'ul, they will not have a passive form. They will not have a fail majhul. Okay? For example, karuma, in Bab karuma, there was no maf'ul for any of the words in that chapter. So all the words in Bab karuma, they are fail lazim, intransitive verbs. They do not have a maf'ul, and therefore they do not have a passive form. Fail majhul. They don't have it. They cannot do that. You can come up with a word as we did, but it won't mean anything. Yeah. And there are other examples in Arabic, these words are used in Qur'an, actually, all of them. Kanata. Qanata means he was obedient. Ghadiba, he was angry. Qama, he stood up. Sawma, he fasted. Inqalaba, he went back. Iswadda, he was black. If you try to make passive voice of any of them, you can make the word. Maybe you can use the table, or without table, you can make the word, but it won't mean anything. So because their majhul form does not exist, they are all of them intransitive verbs. They don't have a maf'ul, and therefore they don't have a passive one, fail majhul as well. All right, so you need to be aware of that. Okay? Okay, let's do something else now. Qala. Everybody knows qala. Qala, you should know, it comes in Quran, or its other forms comes in Quran so often. Qala, anybody knows what qala meaning is? Anybody who wants to work with me on this word? Other than Saad? Okay, Brother Farrukh, he raised his hand. So Brother Farrukh, you know what's the
Yeah,
meaning of qala?
Allah, he said,
He said. Qala means he said. I want to say he was said, or it was said. Hmm? Using this
uh,
table, I will have to change qala to passive voice to fail majhul. Let's do that.
so Qaf will be,
This is fail madi, right?
yeah, so
So first
Dhamma,
column. So
Qaf will be Dhamma,
qaf will
and
get a dhamma, okay?
uh,
Second
Alif
last
will take
letter is alif, so what will that get?
the, the-
Kasra, you said?
yeah,
And what will lam get?
so there will be no change in that, so it will be
Yeah.
Fatah,
So the word we come up with is kuila.
Kuila,
Kuila. Kuila should mean it was said or he was said. But if you talk to an Arab person, he will say, no, this is wrong. This is what they say if they have to say it was said. Qila. So
okay,
if we follow this table, we came up with kuila, but that was wrong. These are because there are some exceptions. There are many words who will not you will not be able to change them to passive voice or fail majhul using this table. This table is not applicable everywhere. There are exceptions. So qala is one of them. All right? Qala. So yakulu. Yakulu is mudare. So thank you, Brother Farooq. Emma,
Yes.
yakulu. Yakulu means he
Yeah.
says or he will say. Right?
Mhm. Yep.
I want to change that to it is said or it will be said. Hmm? So let's do it. You have the blank.
Okay. Um. Uh.
Use the mudare column now.
Okay. No, okay. The ya will have a dhamma.
Okay.
Then
Second last
then
letter.
the second last letter will have a fatha. So
Fatha, but it also has a jazm, right? The
yeah,
jazm doesn't
yeah,
change. So we'll use that one. Jazm doesn't change. Okay.
yep.
What will lam get?
There'll be no change since it's the last letter.
What will be kaf?
Hmm?
How about kaf?
Oh, qaf. It'll have fatha.
Can you read it?
Yaqawlu.
Yuqawlu. Again, but if you go to an Arab, talk to that person and ask, is this correct? They will say no, wrong. Yuqalu. Hmm? They will not say yuqawlu. It's difficult on the tongue. Yuqalu. Because the language was developed first. The rules were derived from the language. The language is never made based on rules. No, never. The language evolves itself naturally. And then grammarians, they make rules so they could teach Arabic, right? So the rules sometimes they fail. If we make them, they fail because languages are not made based on rules. Ta'a, another word. Ta'a means he called. And if I want to make it passive voice, let's do it. Sister Khairun Nisa, could we do this passive voice or make this passive voice? This
لا
is,
no.
yeah. What will dal get?
They'll get a dhamma.
Dhamma.
Yeah. Ain is the second last letter. Get a kasra.
Mm-hmm. And
And
last letter, no change, right?
yeah.
Can you even read it? You cannot
No.
even read it
No.
anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult. You cannot actually, impossible to read it because
Mm.
this is wrong.
Mm.
Da'a, the passive voice is du'iya. He was called. Again, the rules failed, right? This is
Mm-hmm.
another exception. Let's
Mm.
look at the passive voice form of this. So the mudari form. Yad'u. Yad'u means he is or will call. I want to say he is or he will be called. If I use that, then ya, what will get ya in mudari now?
Dhamma.
Mm-hmm. What will
Um,
ain get? Second last letter.
and get a fatha.
Fatha. What will dal get? Sorry, what will waw get at the end?
It will remain the same.
Mm-hmm.
Sukun.
How about
Mm.
dal?
They'll, um,
Dal has a sukoon, a
lose.
jazm on it.
It will stay the same. Remain the
Yeah.
same. Yeah.
Yud'u, right? It
No.
should mean he is or he will be called, but it's not. This is wrong. Yud'a. Yud'a.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Sister Kharinasa. So the
So,
purpose of sharing some of these words with was to tell you that this table is not going to help you all the time. No, there are several words which do not follow the steps in this table. You just have to learn them, memorize them, so you know that there are some other words who are passive voice even though they don't follow this table. All right? Okay, good. Okay, so who else wants to work with me? Brother Musa Ilyas.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum Assalam. Brother Nasara, what does Nasara mean?
He helped.
He helped. What does Nasara Khalidun mean?
Uh, Khalid Khalid helped.
Khalid helped. So this he, what we used to call this he is a
Inside door.
inside door. He is a inside door. He is a file, or in English we called it inside door. What is Khalid here?
Outside door.
Khalid is an outside door. It is still a file, but it is the outside doer. All right. Nusira. What does Nusira mean?
He was helped.
He was helped. What is he here now? We have to come up with some way to describe it, right? Can we call it file inside doer? Same as what we was done for Nasara?
No.
No, because it is not a doer.
Yes.
Actually, it is a maf'ul, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is a maf'ul actually, but we don't call it a maf'ul. The grammarians, the scholars of grammar, they don't call it maf'ul. They have come up with a term for it. They call it naibul fa'il, the inside acting doer, not an inside doer, inside acting doer. Why they call it like that? They call it like that because this acting doer is at the place where the doer was supposed to be,
Right.
right?
Yes.
It has occupied the space or the place of a doer, therefore it is an acting doer. It is acting like if it is a doer, and in Arabic it is called naibul fa'il. So it is not called a maf'ul. It is at the place where the file was supposed to be. So that is why they call it inside acting doer or naibul file. Okay, how you will translate this, brother? Try it.
Khalid was helped.
Khalid was helped. So what is Khalid here then?
Inside acting doer.
Did you say inside?
Uh,
Is it inside or it is
oh,
outside?
sorry. Outside. Sorry. Outside acting doer.
Yeah, in Arabic it's the same, naibul file, but in English we can say it is the outside acting doer. So you see, it is not a doer, it is an acting doer. It acts very much like a doer itself. It is following the rules that we had for acting doer. Sorry, for the doer, the real doer. So when the inside acting doer is he or she, we should look for an outside acting doer. And the outside acting doer is after the fail majhul and it is in rafa status. So you see, the rules for acting doer, the naibul file, are the same as for just the doer, inside doer or outside doer. So that is why we call it naibul file, because it behaves like a doer. It is at the place where the doer was supposed to be. So therefore it is called naibul file. And naibul file works with the fail and makes a jumla, right? Yeah. So yesterday, brother Taimur, he asked a question. Like when we were learning the Jumla Fi'liya, we said the file is a mandatory part of the sentence. Over here, we don't have a doer. We don't have a doer. So how come this is a Jumla anymore, right? So we don't have a doer, but we still have something which is standing at the place of the doer. And that rule we discussed, that is basically for active voice. For fail ma'lum, for fail majhul, we will have to use a naibul file to make a jumla, make a sentence. So they do make a sentence. The naibul file and fail majhul, they will to be together and they will make a jumla, jumla fi'liya. I hope that answers your question, Brother Timur. Did I answer your question or no?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, good.
But I have follow-up questions maybe
All
later.
right. We can talk about that later, inshallah. Okay, so I just have a few minutes left and I wanted to use some examples from Quran. So you know how it is used in Quran. So I have a couple of examples. So who is going to help me translate this? Anyone who wants to volunteer? Okay, Saad, go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. You want me to like translate it?
Read it first, then do word by word.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام يا أيها الذين those who آمنوا they believe that they believed kutiba is it like kata kutiba he was read
Huh.
or
Listen. Look at the let's think what will be the regular fail, the active voice. Kataba. Kataba means he wrote.
so kutiba it was written.
Yeah, or he was written, huh?
Okay, he was written alaykum upon you all alaykum upon you all asiyam um the fasting.
Okay, combine it.
Those who believe it was the fasting was written upon you all.
Kutiba. What is the inside acting doer of Kutiba?
Kutiba he.
He. Its acting doer is inside acting doer is he. When he or she is the acting doer, what we look for?
An outside doer.
Outside what? Not doer.
Uh,
Acting doer.
outside acting doer.
Yeah. When the inside acting doer is he or she, we look for an outside acting doer. The outside acting doer is after the fail majhul and it is in rafa form. So asiyamu is the outside acting doer and it will take the place of the inside acting doer. Same rules as for the doer. So, O those who believed, fasting was written upon you, and the actual meaning will be the fasting was made mandatory upon you. Written upon you meaning mandatory upon you. Okay, I have one more example, and then we will conclude, inshallah. لا يخفف عنهم العذاب ولا هم ينظرون. Sister Mariam,
Yes, sir.
go ahead, sister, read it.
Yes, sir. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا يخفف عنهم العذاب ولا هم ينظرون.
Right. So this Allah is talking about some people
Who
who
is
didn't
reading?
do well in this world and they will face some very bad consequences in the hereafter. So let's see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying here. So do word by word, sister.
Yes, sir. لا not يخفف
Let's
خفف
talk about
يخفف.
this, sister.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
talk about this. The first
Yes,
word is khaffafa.
yes, sir.
Khaffafa means he lightened or he decreased. What will be the mudare, the first mudare of this one?
يخفف
No.
يخفف
يخفف. allama
يعلم.
يعلم. Right?
Yes, sir.
The same type. allama خفف. allama يعلم. خفف يخفف. He lightens or he will lighten. Do we have يخفف here in the ayah?
No, sir.
No.
It's passive
So what
voice.
is it then?
It's passive.
It's passive
يخفف.
voice, fail majhul of yukhaffifu. So yukhaffifu means he lightens or he will lighten. So what will be meaning of yukhaffafu?
He was lightened.
He is
He is
lightened or
lightened
he
or
will be
decreased.
lightened. Okay, let's use the will be. He will be lightened or decreased. Okay, anhum.
Upon them.
An doesn't mean upon.
Uh,
An
from
means
them.
about or from.
From them.
From them. Al azabu,
The punishment.
the punishment. Let's stop here for a second. What's the inside acting doer of yukhaffafu?
He.
He. Should we look for an outside acting doer?
Yes, sir.
Do you see any?
Al-Adabu.
Yes. So let's translate up to here.
Yes, sir. The punishment. will not be will will not be lightened up from them.
Yeah, the punishment will not be lightened from them. Okay, let's complete the remaining. Wa?
Wa and la not them yunzarun.
No, whom doesn't mean them. They.
They.
Yeah, this is a detached pronoun, right?
Detached. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
they. It is not attached to anything. So that if it was attached, then it will mean them, but not
Yeah.
over here. Yunzarun. We need to work on Yunzarun. Nazara is the first word. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you know the meaning of Nazara?
He see or
Yeah,
he
he
saw.
looked.
He looked.
He looked. He saw. He looked. What will be its mudare?
Nazara yanzuru.
Yanzuru. So that will be Bab
Nasbara.
Nasara. Yanzuru. We need to change Yanzuru to passive voice.
Yes, sir. Yunzaru.
Yunzaru. What will be the next word in the column? Yunzaru?
Yunzaru. Yunzaruna.
Yunzaruna. So what's the meaning of Yunzaruna then?
They will be looked
Okay.
at.
Combine. Wala Yunzaruna.
And they will not
Be.
be looked at.
And they will not be looked at. Right? Or we can just use one they. And they will not be looked at. So Yunzaruna is active voice or passive voice?
Passive voice, sir.
Passive voice. So there are two passive voice verbs here. Yukhaffafu and yunzaruna. Okay. Now you did it in two parts. Can you do it like in one go? Like
The
translation, please.
punishment, yes, sir. The punishment will not be lightened from them, and they will not be looked at.
They will not be looked at. Yeah. They will be ignored. By who? By Allah
Allah
subhanahu wa
subhanahu wa ta'ala.
ta'ala.
Yes.
By the angels, And they will not be looked at. So Allah is talking about some people who had done bad in this world, and that will be their punishment. Allah will punish them, and their punishment will be continuously severe. It will not be lightened. Like whatever punishment they will be getting, it will not be decreased in intensity. And the remaining part of the ayah is, and they will not be looked at. I mean, they will be just ignored. They will be left in their punishment, and they will continue to receive the punishment, and no mercy will be shown to them by looking at them. So they will not get a pause in their punishment. They will not get a break in their punishment as a result. So the translation, as you said, sister, will be the punishment will not be lightened from them, and they will not be looked at. Or we can also say the punishment will not be lightened from them, and they will not be given a pause. They will not be given a break from the punishment they are having. That's the implied meaning, right? All right. So thank you, sister. You did well. So the purpose of the last slide was to show you how some of the passive verbs, some of the fail majhul are used in Quran, and they are everywhere, right? Not as often as the active voice. Active voice are obviously the vast majority of the verbs used in Quran, but passive voice, the fail majhul are also used. So we need to learn how to identify them to know if they are passive voice or not, and then we understand them correctly, so we know what an ayah really means if it is using some passive verbs. Yeah, thank you very much. That's where we'll end our lesson today.